Together as St. Mark's family, we enter into the first Sunday of our Advent season. And Advent is a season of waiting. It's waiting, it's silence, it's the flickering of light of dim lights amidst the darkness, because we are waiting and longing for that hope, that coming of our Lord. Now, there's an urgency, as we hear in the Gospel, Jesus talking, the heavens will be shaken. The seas and the roaring of the waves and all these things that will be taking place, the Lord will come again on a cloud. He's talking to the second coming. We as Christians, yes, during this Advent season in waiting, we're waiting to reflect upon the coming of the Christ child into the world, an event that happened over 2,000 years ago. But we as Catholic Christians, we're waiting. We're waiting for the second coming. It's called the parousia or the parousia. We await where Jesus Christ will come again in glory to judge the living and the dead. That's what we say each and every week in our creed. And we as Catholic Christians believe that's going to happen. Now, whether it is with the way that Jesus describes in the Gospel, or as we all know, at the end of our lives, yes, we indeed come face to face with our Maker. And He, by our words and our deeds, judges us on our actions. Now, by our baptism, He has promised us that great gift of eternal life. But again, words, actions, and our deeds, the way that we live, do we reflect that gift that we have been given? So we gather on this Advent Sunday, and we are a people of waiting. We are a people of waiting with urgency, because, yes, none of us know the day or the hour or whatever when we are going to come face to face with our Maker. And we ask ourselves the question, are we ready? Is our hearts and our souls prepared in such a way in our relationship with Him? Are we ready? And I think that's a question we ask ourselves each and every day. And we're given this season of Advent, as we await the coming of our Savior, to be asking ourselves in quiet contemplation and discernment, where is the Lord still calling us to give more in charity, to get outside of ourselves, and to be more in relationship with Him and with one another? In reflecting on this urgent waiting, I always think of my mother's dog. You know, for the kids, if your parents leave, a lot of times the dog, or at least my mom's dog, will wait at the front door and be looking out the window the entire time until my mom comes back home, and will not be happy until she does. And even if he dozes off a little bit, any little noise, he's going to be looking out the window, is she coming, is she coming, is she coming? That's urgent waiting. And by the way that we wait, especially in society today, we don't like to wait. We either like instant gratification, we want it right away, or if we really have to wait a long time, we're going to get distracted by something else. We just start playing with our phone or turn on the TV or whatever. That's how we wait. We don't like to wait in silence. We don't like to reflect on the beauty of the world around us. We'd rather just be distracted by something. But the waiting that we're talking about during this Advent season is more reflective of our innermost being, of our relationship with God. Where are we at? So, in St. Paul's day, when they were talking about the second coming, they all thought it was going to come like tomorrow. Now, Jesus just died, 10, 20 years ago, and Paul was saying, repent. Be sober and alert, because the devil is all around trying to tempt you, but you need to keep yourself on the straight and narrow, because Jesus is coming. Now, we all know, 2,000 years later, Jesus still hasn't come again. And even during Paul's days, after year and after year after year, they just kind of got lax and got lazy. And all of his letters were basically, shape up. You never know the day or the hour. He is indeed coming. So hopefully we, of course, again, 2,000-something years later, we don't get lazy in our faith life. We don't get lazy in our prayer. Because again, we never know the time or the hour, and Jesus tells us, stay erect. And when it seems like the world is coming to an end, all is crashing down, keep your heads up. Because we indeed have faith, we are a people of hope, and our salvation is indeed at hand. It's such a blessing that we have as Catholic Christians. So during this Advent season, let us quiet ourselves. Let us set up little prayer spots in our homes. It's so nice having the dim lights of the Christmas tree and having darkness. It gets dark so early now. And to set some time aside, just to reflect, even with the family, reading the infancy narratives in the Scriptures. Playing Christmas music softly if you're just by yourself, just reflecting and basking in the season. Because the Lord is talking to you gently. But we can only reflect if we do wait We wait in silence, but we also wait in hope.